scenes in my life. I be a messenger and a doer, so I have to write.
Alright.
But I be hood raised up. Straight from daylight ghetto. I be a stitch divine. I was beaten and raped at the age of 15. Left for dead, but God intervened. I be Geronimo in the spirit, but I'm far from softly spoken. I be a caterpillar, blooming into a black butterfly, ascending towards the black heavens. I was born to capture love and learn from life lessons. I be a blessing. I was born to birth nations, but I can't because of the curse of a regular administration. So I sit and I stand with no momentum, wondering why God placed love in my heart for 3 children, but He only sent one. She is my God sent one, my princess of poetry. The reason I write, Azari, you are the light in the midst of my night. I be Nina Hall with Nina Simone blues. I too was domestically abused, misused, and my faith was used to taking fists. So I alienated myself and became a mahogany misfit. I submerged my fears in alcohol. I suppressed my anointed thoughts with food. I drowned out my unique essence with weed. I sipped lean to stop the wisdom that speaks. I was a darling that popped 3 Mickeys at a time, looking for comfort in between the sheets.
Talk to him.
Yes.
But all I got was just words, so like just Mike, I just write to be free. I am poems, I am poets, I am goddess and word glory, and I know it. I've been broken, I've been torn, I've even been pushed down and walked on. I've been cut, I've been cursed, and all this happened from birth. I moved from house to house, school to school. Sometimes no heat, no gas, and no lights. It seemed like my father was a pilot the way he took flight. No, I don't believe in luck, but I was born with a lucky sight. I be prolific though, productive, creative, and inventive. My analog soul be different. I am writer. I learn to be fighter. I watched my dad deteriorate from AIDS and cancer. I had a million questions for him, but got no answers. Like, look, bro, why did you leave? Why didn't you tell me about the birds and the bees? Why didn't you show me how I was supposed to be treated as a queen? Was I ugly to you? Did you even care if I lived? Daddy, on your deathbed is why I truly learned to forgive, because my heart was black as ice. So many countless nights of me wondering, was you all right? But God placed poetry in my soul, child. Ever since I was 12, I've been bit through this pen. I never imagined going through hell as a child, only to get old and go through hell again. I am poet. I am born. I was born and found the alarm. I am restored. I am renewed. Always spread love like the Prince of Poetry do. I am bold. I am articulate. Always cracking a joke and whatever I write. Y'all I am Brother O, a living miracle, a lion is from the lyrical. I move wise as a snake and gentle as a dove. My mannerism changed the more I show myself love. This gift I got is not just for me. It's for the broken and bent to get free. So as I stand on this stage confessing my soul, know that these are more than words to me. I live this life, and I will never, ever, ever cease to write. I am poets.
And I want to mic.
Come on, bro.
I just want to bring hope in my lyrics to the one who be thinking they're going too far, who think life is hopeless. They want to ghost it because they don't feel that there's no hope for tomorrow. I speak life to those who lost their hope in tomorrow and think.
I speak life.
All right.
Thank you. I'm sorry, brother.
When I'm on the mic, I just want to bring hope in my lyrics to the one who be thinking they're going too far, who think life is hopeless. They want to ghost it because they don't believe there's no hope for tomorrow. I speak life to those who lost their hope in God and speak about disappointments and how I hated God. You see, He loved me while I was a sinner. Sheep in distress devoured by wolves. Jesus, as a result, became my helping rod. His love, I didn't deserve it. Everything that happened in my life, I felt like I deserved it. Suicide at one point or another, felt like my life was worthless. You see, my biological dad taught me about Allah. My grandma taught me about Jehovah. And my foster mom taught me about Jesus. When I was younger, I felt like religion was pointless. Sexually abused by a woman when I was 9. She took every child bone from me. Felt like I was so joyless. And get killed inside for my sisters because I felt like the women in my family didn't get me. Felt like I was surrounded by Judases telling them whatever you do it swiftly. Grew up thinking that all I was worth was giving girls orgasms in the chest to lay on. Meanwhile, how Satan tooted my horn about the women I played on. Death and destruction laid on this path that I was dead on. It seems that me and Satan was on opposite ends of the train, and we're about to collide. Hell, you ain't worth much. No purpose in you. His lies on my mind stayed on. Had me thinking that my optical lenses needed visions of nasty porn. Found out that Ilya Kassim was the name he had a hit out on. Didn't have no purpose for living, so unseen I carried on. Saddened by my daily realities, my heart was a suitcase that carried mourn. Until I was confronted with that gospel, I guess you could say me and Jesus, man, head on. You see, God presented me with two options. He said death or life. Between these two, I was so torn. Wish I could tell you that I chose the latter. But you see me in sin, been acquainted since I was born. Wanted to stop having sex before I married so many times because I knew it was killing me. But let me ask y'all something. How do you put down something that you actually consider your identity? Don't want to put myself out here tonight. No, I just hope I'm speaking to an audience that's feeling me. Maybe they can look at my life and see God and realize that our purpose in life is to seek God. You see, I know a lot of people, mainly Christians, who say they're living with Jesus. You know, the life inside, and even though they get life inside, it's inevitable that sometimes death will rise. Suicidal thoughts can hide. Anger, frustration, loss of loved ones that died. Listen, you can still have life but still feel death inside, my people. God sent me here to tell you He feels your pain. And even though you're going through hell, if you live it right and die, heaven is your gain. It's telling the words of mine, it's not mine. No matter how incredible. My purpose is not for me to stand up here and tell you I'm unforgettable. My words is for those whose heart is hope and green in, with lyrics with substance to put their heart back to doctor again. I hope something I said today will help you to start living again, my people. No matter what life throws at you, God gave Jesus 3 nails just so He could walk with you. My brothers, my sisters, you have a purpose, and I want you to live life on purpose.
Proposition 65 by the state of California lets you know that whatever that item that you just bought has factors that cause cancer in it. How many of y'all eat White Castles? And I don't care, this is not a poem, this is me talking to y'all. How many of y'all eat White Castles? Real talk. Yeah, don't lie. Y'all know drunk nights, y'all be like, hey, let me get that number 2.
Come on.
And even if you don't, Proposition 65 is also on y'all cell phones. Imagine, y'all putting that phone up to y'all ear, laying that phone in your chest, breast cancer. You in a room full of phones, I don't care if you off the map, you don't have one. If it's a government phone, radiation, think about that. So with that being said, I got to speak to y'all, hands free. I need my fix. Can't live without it. Can't go live, hey, without it. Tony, Tone's my ringtone. Cause my phone lays on my pillow. I'm more connected to this device than the people saved in it. But who's really safe in it? Face. Gorilla glue to its hypnotizing, enticing, flashing lights, icons, and apps. I've adapted to hearing notifications. I'm a trained slave, but it fast to it. Sitting in AA, y'all know, apps anonymous. Right? Because it's a must I quit this electronic habit. How does this thing create more connection yet everyone's long distance? For instance, this is a family plan, but Alcatel, I can tell that all I hear is silence here in crickets. This addiction is risky. Motorola while my motor's running, can't help but text and try. Oops, my bad. Wish somebody could have pulled me to the side. But no one will because this drug has kept everyone high, nationwide, Underworld Proposition 65. Wow. I just keep roaming because my 5G pusher steady abusing my data usage. But Wi-Fi, we all do it. The emergency emerged in me when this simple rectangle strangled my common sense, losing grip of consequence from the moment my wrist flinched, phone died off my hand like the swimming Olympics. So attached, I'm reaching to save my saved app bank account. My whole life is in it. Losing track of the tracks. Sound crash, and the train horn blaring in
machine. Let's go.
Come on.
Handheld thing. Just another victim who let her carry her, bury her. That's that peace hands free out there.
How y'all doing tonight? We did this earlier. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all for that food round? Ain't all four y'all. So I do want to let you guys know, for the people who just came in, if you go straight to the back, to your left-hand side, through those curtains back there, it's a sexy room. No, I'm just kidding. Through those curtains back there, to the left-hand side, you will find the bathrooms. Wash your hands. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all late. Don't come here.
Sorry, how y'all doing?
Wow, the late guys. Just go. Wow. Yeah, phone them. See, that's phone them section, okay? But once again, you go straight to the back, to the left-hand side, you're going to find a bathroom. Are y'all ready for the open mic tonight?
Yeah.
No. Are y'all ready for the open mic tonight? So here at Frequency, thank you. Once again, let me start over. I want to welcome everybody to Frequency, okay? And also, it takes a lot of courage to stand on this stage and stand before people and just even share your story or share your life. So with that alone being said, I need y'all to give just clap it up for people who come on the stage, because it takes a lot to stand on this stage. It takes a lot to bear yourself before people that you don't know. And it's only because we love y'all enough to share our stories, because we want to see somebody else free versus seeing them being bound like us, okay? So, anyways, we got nachos in the back, right there. We got drinks in the back, bathroom straight to the back. But y'all ready for the open mic? Clap that up. One more time. So this next guy comes to the stage. This is a new guy. He said he was born and raised in Chicago. He's born and raised in Chicago. He's been living in LA for the last 11 years, if I'm not mistaken, pursuing his album. So I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for BB Party.
How y'all doing today? My name is Black Bruce Wayne. I'm from Southside Chicago, right around the corner, West Eaglewood. I've been in LA for the past 3 years, working on my craft and finishing my album. It's available now, Art of Intelligent Vibration, on bbwaj.com. And this I'm performing for y'all right now is called The Next One. And it's on to the next one.
No, that one good. I don't like that. Y'all give him a great big round of applause. Once again, so the people that go on the stage, they need energy. You feed off energy. If we get 4 claps, we're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 4 claps worth of poems, okay? You did. Great. Y'all ready for y'all next open mic time? Okay, it was just 5 of y'all, but that's cool. I'm cool with that. Okay. So I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for Julia.
How y'all doing out there?
All right.
I have a single that's coming out pretty soon. And for spoken word, we're going to spoken word album. It's being under production from Old Live Recordings. I'll clap it up. The name of this piece is called. I'll let these people walk in right quick. All right. You know, yeah, I was a point guard back in the day. The name of this piece is called Effects of Cause. It's a unique, strong device. A distressing thing that knows how to sting just right. All by itself is suffice. Can't appear if you're being sliced and diced on point precise. A damaging stimulus may cause it to surplus. It can make people become frightened and extremely nervous. Drugs were created for this purpose. Although some choose the laying on of hands and praise and worship. In terms of color, I see purple, red, and black. No, I'm not talking about a bruise. Some choose to ignore while others sing the blues. But sad songs evoke. Prejudice provokes. Some look to smoke and choke as a means to an antidote. Alcohol, well, that just waters it down. As crazy as that sound, its quality is profound, characterized as a noun known for causing faces to frown. Cuts, scrapes, bullying, and teasing. These are some other reasons why this theme may choose to creep in like sin when a foothold is given in. It can come if you've been denied for promotion, starting commotion, like lawyers moving to motion. I give you a hint, it causes emotions. Conveyed to the brain by sensory for centuries, can put in the state of misery from injury. Peep the imagery to best figure out the inquiry. Doctors determine the levels of its degrees by emojis. Without it, there's no muscle gain. Some people experience it while others can't remember the name. It's the fuel for the realization that life is not a game. It's not always the same. It's layers to its existence. Its potential has no limitations. It brings along frustrations that inspires limitations. It can come before death and also before life. Sometimes it's anticipated or like the thief in the night. Sometimes it's self-afflicted. They know it's wrong, but they're addicted. Bottle up, grudge, holding no forgiveness. Causes explosions of rage. Relentless, all because they chose to live life ventless. This is a part of the wheel of life. You cannot reinvent this. Some like it while making love. But not when the love is over. You know, at that point of receiving snubs and hit with the cold shoulder. It's that feeling when your heart is broken, no joking. It can bring thoughts of suicide. It's a radiant wave from your shoulder blades all the way down to your waist on the inside. You hate for it to abide. It causes facial expressions of sigh. Water fills the eye, trying so hard not to cry, while reminiscing on the why. I mean, why? Why does this thing bring screams out of belly a howl? This drummable voice forces out the words, ouch, sometimes through a whisper, but mostly a shout. Now, do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's just one word. Anybody have an idea what I'm talking about?
Anger, jealousy,
No.
rage.
He said it back there. It's pain.
Oh, is that?
So listen closely. It's acronym even scares. powerful, agonizing,
goodness.
intensely nightmares. This pain that is here can't even compare to the place that's prepared for Satan, the prince of the power of the air. With his falling angels is meant to be shared. Try God, I dare, or else feel the flare. I refuse to see you choose to live your life in despair. No, if no one else do, I care. Especially him that's up there. Matter of fact, he's omnipresent, meaning everywhere. Now with Christ we have peace. Without him it's torture.
Come on, brother.
You think 100 degrees is hot and hell is real scorching. They say for no one, that kind of punishment is suitable, but that is refutable. If God said it, then it's definitely doable. A notable miracle over 2,000 years ago. So we all have fallen like the walls of Jericho, but Jesus refused to let us go. So he rose like Ash Crow after receiving the pain that was intended for us though. So faithful is the believers in Christ instead of deceivers. It takes faith to please God, to God will faith please us. Eternal life achievers, victory is our demeanor. Because we chose to leave it all to God.
Yes.
And not the beaver. That's the piece.
I just changed my life right there. I'm no wall. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm joking, but yeah, that was really dope. Y'all need to clap it up for July. There we go. I think I want to bring some female energy to the stage. What y'all think about that? Yeah. Okay. The next poet coming to the stage. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot something. I need everybody to go to their Facebook. I know everybody in here has social media. If you have social media, go to your Facebook and please tag the Frequency Open Mic. That's what I ask that you do. I know you don't got social media. Just tag it in your mind, okay? That'll make you feel good, okay? But anyways, y'all ready for some female energy? Say yeah! Okay, great. I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for the Mahogany Misfits.
Hey, I was going for that look though, so I'm glad.
Short got bars. Short got bars.
Thank you. Usually I always do a rap or something, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different because most of my stuff I be talking about fuck niggas and hot niggas and shit. But I'm doing something different today, so. I'm sorry, I ain't saying all of them, just the ones that I know. He said just the ones he knows.
That's magic, y'all.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find this damn piece I just seen. Okay, so here it goes. And I don't remember it, so, reading is fundamental. Because I wrote this like hella months ago. I was the Wicked Witch.
Right there.
I had never seen happy endings, never was saved by Prince Charming, I was a monster. The big bad wolf coming to blow your house down. Never was the fairy princess, I'd only imagined the day I get to wear my crown. I was a pessimist. Never seeing the upside of things, no sunny days and cupcakes and rainbows, butterflies could fly away. Never wanted to be kissed by the sun, but just for once, I wanted to be someone's number one. Because I was darkness. I was a night sky in the middle of nowhere. Going for miles and miles, the boogeyman who hid under your bed, the thought that hunted you at night. Your wildest dreams that made you wish you were dead. And he found me. When I thought nobody else cared, he saved me from the evils dwelling inside me. I just had to stop being so stubborn and drop my pride. You could see he knocked down every barrier that I tried to protect myself with. He used his arms to swoop me up, and for the first time in forever, I felt protected. Sure, I gave the hardest time because no one else showed to be man enough for this position. Nobody else tried hard enough. No one yelled enough for me to hear them. But with him, I had no choice but to listen. And I was forced to give my full, undivided attention. He slayed that fire-breathing dragon called depression that had me captive most of my life. And now, instead of living in total darkness, he lit a candle, and in a second, I was able to grasp light. I was intrigued. I needed more, but I was afraid. The more I pushed him away, the more he held me, easing each thought that I created in my mind. I was tired of going through the motions. I was running out of time because I knew it was only a matter of time before I gave up on him. We are now working together. No more us being opponents. No more us in competition. No more us in a battle. No more us in this war. Finally, I am able to even the scoreboards because he saved me. Not literally, but emotionally. Not literally, but mentally. Not literally, but sexually in any way possible. He smoothed out all of the edges of me being so resistant. And so now I see with an open mind and heart that sometimes you have to speak these things into existence. Thank you.
Because that's real life. That's her life, and that's real life. So y'all give the Mahogany Misfit another round of applause, please. So we about to get some male energy to the stage. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Man, when I say this brother, oh wow. Just so much I could say about him, but I can't say it all right now. But anyway, this brother right here is a very phenomenal poet. Like, when I first stepped on the scene, I took to him. He's very lyrical. He has bars. He is very articulate, and I really took to him. And anytime I have a question in reference to anything, life, poetry, anything, I always inbox him like, bro, I know you're crazy like me, so I want your opinion. But I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for Mannerism.
Hey, because I'm extra, I'm going to try something different. Instead of using my phone, I want to have my hands more free so I can do the performance part. And because I mess around and I memorize it, I'm going to try to read it like I'm Hollywood, reading coup cards in the back. I got 2 paid assistants back there. I'm going to pay you Cash App in like 2021. In installments though, like $1 a week, maybe a month, something like that. I want everyone to, if you could, just give me just a second. You all could just give a standing ovation for the most consistent, most awesome poet, most resilient poet in this house right now, Brother O. Could y'all stand and give him a hand? He's awesome. Name my mic just to see him here. Wow, can I see it? That doesn't work out too well. My family in the front, how you doing? What's up? Oh my gosh, are you gonna spit tonight? Oh my gosh, it's somehow the most dopest people just be sitting there just chilling. Okay,
I think that's close enough. Well, I guess that's close enough right there now.
Thank you, I'm getting old. This was not a good idea, but I'm glad I can't test it. When someone is honored after a speech or performance, you applaud, which is also called a clap. In church Sunday morning, when they sing that old spiritual, you like clap, 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 clap. The waiters drop the tray dishes on the floor. Sometimes people give that a clap, clap. If a mosquito gets too close to your face, you give it a clap. Gang robbers got beef with each other. You can hear the automatic weapons go clap, 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 clap. And at the funeral, you can hear the pallbearer's shoes walking with the casket like clap, 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 clap. Oh, you're a genius. The young lady you was messing around with. Oh, she gave you the clap. told you.
You just
Yeah.
looked up the
She
magic.
gave you the.
Hey, that's what I'm doing right now, creating magic right
Hey.
here. That's my magic right there.
Hey, if at the end of the world this class, she didn't give you something to call his pallbearer shoes to go clap, 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 clap. When you was at the bar, the fellas and the ladies, they were cheering at you down another shot. They was like, woo, go, 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 woo, clap, 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 clap. You got in the car, and the only thing you remember was a fireman prying out that crushed can with a tool to get the metal of it, clap. The police officer was like, hey, are you all right? Clap. Hey, can you hear me? Clap, clap. You nodded. And the officer was like, good. And the sound of handcuffs was like, clap, clap. All right, y'all first, you got to rest your hands up.
Go down.
My bad, Mike. Oh my God. My favorite part of watching Karate Kid was when Miss Miyagi hit with Daniel. He was like, clap. The funniest part of watching Michael Jordan play is when he walked to the sports announcer, he had chalk dust and went clap, clap. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember it real good.
If y'all got bad kids, don't give them a timeout. Give them a, I thought I told you to sit your behind down. Clap, 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 clap. Because back in the day, when your mama said, now go to your room. And when you shut that door, it better go click. Because if it go bang, that belt gonna go clap, 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 clap. But you was okay though when she said, now come on and eat. You can hear the sound of the chicken frying in the pan like clap, 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 clap. Well, I wasn't getting beat, so I was. It's more than life, man. Put that remote controller down on the table like clap. Get it tuned up on your car. Shouldn't sound like clap, 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 clap. When someone goes to the altar, you can hear the people's hands go clap, 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 clap.
Yep.
When someone gives their life to Christ, you can hear the angels in heaven like clap, 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 hallelujah, clap, clap, clap. Clap, 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 hallelujah, clap, clap, clap. In this life, oh, I forgot one, fell line. When someone is honored worthy of applause, haters be like.
Bogus.
In this life, you may never get a clap, 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 clap. All that matters is when you see them pearly gates, Jesus says, well done, my good and faithful servant. Clap, 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 clap. That's it.
Wow.
Y'all give it up for Manny one more time. I feel like y'all dry, but I'm gonna bring some comicalness to the stage right now. Y'all ready for a comedian? Y'all ready? I don't like the way you just said, ma'am, don't do that, ma'am. No, I'm just kidding. That's my sister. ma'am, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for Lisa Leo. Hey, how y'all feeling tonight? Hey, y'all better go back there and get them little Hennessy and nacho combo. It's lit. You gotta take another picture of Blake. Go ahead, go. That nigga got a camera with it. If you open up, he shake that shit. That's what's up, Tony. How y'all feeling like? Y'all look sexy as hell. They was like, Lisa, wear your best bra and panty combo because it's going to be a bunch of single eligible bachelors with good credit and nice cars in the building. Excuse me, I got the receipt, it didn't fit. Like, it smells good, though. I don't know where that deodorant came from. This shit great. My dumb ass, I'm trying to ride here a little E, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, I'm kind of trying to get fancy, so I got like this 2016 Hyundai Sonata, but I treat it like my 94 Tempo. Ooh, like the gas gauge on a Ford Tempo, let you know shit's real. That motherfucker be like, bitch, you make this gas. My new car be like 0 miles to empty. I be like, if you can tell me 0 miles to empty, bitch, you got some gas on in the back. Oh my God. Evidently, I was wrong. I want my homegirl. I brought a bitch with me. We laughing, we vibing to the music, the bass hitting. My car said, I was like, oh shit. She's like, bitch, you run around the gas? I'm like, no, friend, we did that. That's the bass, bitch. My shit said, I'm like, I'm just gonna pull into this little BP, get a little gas. Y'all, I don't know whose idea it was to build the BPs on the hump like they don't know we running out of gas. My shit was like, went right back on to Kizzy. I was like, oh shit. Now, I can't look at her and tell the truth, so I'm praying. I'm like, hey, God, it's me. Oh, if you could just let me get up this hump, Lord. I turned the key, like, oh, okay, look, maybe I'm not going hard enough. God, can you please, there was a little tap on my window. It's like this fairy crackhead, like, oh, you need a hump. What was I do? Yes, I do. I said, so all I have is $1. He goes like, yes, yeah. He was like, all these women like him and another fairy crackhead, they pushed me to the club. I was like, thanks, God. I was gonna get all these niggas naked, they promised me. So I get out the car, y'all, and then I realized I was on the wrong damn side. I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna get the gas in now? But I refuse to get back in the car and tell my friend we're gonna have to push to the other side. So this is me looking like a dick. You know this, sir, with the Polaroid? Thank you. So this is me trying to put it. Oh, yeah. This is me trying to get the car to the other side. I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, God, it's me again. I'm having a dilemma. Can you please, Lord, please let me just pump a little bit to the other side? Just. Oh, it was a tap on my shoulder with the fairy crackhead. He was back again. He like, you need a little more help. I said, God, dude, sorry you do that when you push me. He was like, well, it's gonna cost you. I said, all I got is what? That's it. And that's it. He like pushed me up. I was like, yes! And then I got here for all these single niggas.
Oh my God. Oh my.
They coming. You might drink that Polaroid. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm in a place where I'm dating, and I'm like picky as hell. Like, I'm 5'4", right? So I can't date no short ass man. Like, I feel disrespectful when a nigga short. If I gotta look down on you like, hey, babe, that's not together, you know? Like, can you imagine we both can't reach the fruit snacks? Oh my God. Come on, babe, buddy. Oh my God. We were so close, man. I was like, girl.
Oh my God.
Like, I can't date no dude with sleep apnea. Can you imagine dating a dude with sleep apnea? Like, this pussy is that good. Like, you want a tiny night? Like, put it up your machine.
Oh my God.
Like, I can't date no Jehovah's Witness either. I'm not gonna give you permission to go knocking on other bitches' doors.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But you know who I can date? Someone play a pen. Someone play. That goes on close on the song.
This the kind of neighborhood you gotta press the alarm twice, man. No, for real, I can make a dude who blow his suit. I can't think about it. This nigga's safe. If he won't burn himself,
Oh my God, I'm
guess who else he won't burn, ladies and gentlemen? Me. Like, I made one exception to the rule. I would date this nigga with little ass hands, y'all.
Oh my God.
Like, when dudes be worse than us, ladies, when we got a little lady, like, boy, am I looking fat? If that nigga say yes, we gonna fuck his life up. These niggas be the same way. We was arguing in the car, right? He kept saying shit. I'm like, I'm really trying to hold my tongue, sir. But you push it. Push it. He kept talking, and then he said, one fatal blow. I had to hit him at the jugular. He like, bitch, you better shut the fuck up or I choke your ass out. I was like,
Yeah, man.
and then next thing I know, his hands was almost around my neck, y'all. It was so close. And I really loved him, so I had to act like I was choking, y'all. I was like, oh, shit. That's me passing out. He was like, bitch, you ain't sleep. I'm like, I am asleep. Make sure we get home safe. We broke up. Now he all on Facebook with a bitch with a little ass neck he can really choke out. That's what's up. Congratulations, bitch. Baby, it's hard though. Like, I'm going through a lot of shit. Like, I'm starting to feel like an ugly bitch because, like, nobody's really hitting on me. Like, I'm waiting for a white van to, like, you feel me, son? Like, I'm waiting for a white man to pull up and snatch me out, you know? And then I'm like, but I'm so fucked up in the head right now, I'll be asking questions and shit like, hey, so what made you snatch me? That's so good. What made you snatch me? The niggas are walking back, bitch, no. He's spinning around like a whisper. He's like, he's like nervous. He's like when they leg somebody, and somebody sitting there. He's like, that was funny. Let it out, sir. He's gonna die. Hold that shit in. He's like, this whisper mean as hell. I'm nervous. Ain't gonna kind of hand ass laugh. Oh, that's sophisticated. How y'all doing in the back? Y'all all right? You read the book? Okay, that's nice. What's up, Queen? You the type of bitch I aspire to be. Look at this hat. She bought this from a bitch selling African oil. No. She's the type of motherfucker. Oh, stop talking about my shit. She definitely cool. Hey, how's it going? Okay. This nigga's here like they sell cocaine. How you doing, son? Hey, friend. You look like a bitch named Lala. Like, this that kind of crowd. Hey, how you doing, friend? Your mama right? I knew it. Oh, Lord. Oh, this will be my OB show. What's in the bag? Patron? Nope, that's Ryder. Hey, how you doing? Oh, man. You know what? Life is crazy. Anybody got kids make some noise? Okay. So all my kids in the parking lot? No, for real, like, kids don't lie well. Like, I was teaching my daughter how to be a liar a little. It didn't work well. Like, one day, like for her birthday, it was like her 6th birthday, she asked to go to, like, Hollywood Park because she wanted to play miniature golf. I don't know why black kids like to golf. That's weird to me, but it's cool. I'm like, all right, we're going to do that shit. Because I'm supposed to be like $3. Do y'all know they wanted $9.75 for me to play golf? And like $6 for kids 6 and older. But for kids 5 and older, they wanted $3.75. So I looked at my daughter while we was in a line at Hollywood Park and was like, today, you are 5. She started tripping. Oh, man, come on, man. I tell you everything to be 6. Come on, man. I'm like, today, You are. Come on, somebody. We get up to the front of the line at Hollywood Park. Buddy looked me square dead in the face and was like, hey, ma'am, 975. Looked my daughter in the face and was like, and how old are you? My daughter was like, looked up at him, back at me, back at him, back at me. It was like, well, Larry, on today, June 25th, I turned 6. But now my mama said I gotta be 5. I was like, so now we in the back, right, playing a little miniature golf. She acting like she know what to do with the balls and shit. She picking them up like, oh, no, look over there, cheating and shit. I'm like, bitch, you walking home, I know you cheating. I had been drinking a little bit too, right? So the rest of our conversation went like this. So I was like, I can't believe you just, and you better, she been missing for a while.
Oh my God.
I got some flyers in the back of what she would look like today. No, but for real. Before I go, if you would, because y'all look young enough to follow people, if you enjoyed me tonight, hey friend, I like your hat, I got one of those too. That says she only fucks niggas with a little money. She's not doing it $40.
I'm going to say, girl, me and you were going to have a little chat.
Give me $40.
So this is over.
Okay. So for real, if you want to follow me, I want you to do this. I want you to follow me, and it's all one word. I'm going to say it twice, okay? It's I am. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. What's the phone? LYSSALAIRD. If you type in LYSSA, ain't no other black bitch named Lisa spelled like that.
All right,
Okay, so I had 2 minutes left, right? I want to bring up my homegirl. I brought it for you for a bonus because this motherfucker's lit. Like this, y'all, you keep supporting this motherfucker right here because she cold. She cold. She cold. Well, I brought my friend. Y'all, you know, so she got celebrities in the building. I'm on True TV. You know what I'm saying? You might have known Smell George Mathis, Steve Harvey show and shit like that, but I got my girl in the building. Her name is Tierra, funny ass Tierra. She gonna do 2 minutes for y'all, and then we gonna close it on out for you, boo. Let's go. Come on, Tierra. Damn. Why the fuck you ain't tell nobody they see you yet? Hey! Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. Hey! Where we at? 60 what? 63rd. See, I'm a West Side baby. You know? I ain't safe. I don't feel safe.
It's a West Side.
Okay, it's like 2 of y'all, but y'all like y'all ain't really small, you know what I'm saying? Y'all look protective, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all from out west, y'all probably from like Austin area.
Absolutely.
Holy City, we can go everybody fucking in here. You gonna fight? Nah, I got the homies from Holy City. I'm from Rockwell. I'm from Project. I'm like Project-ish. But I'm ladylike, you know, fuck what Lisa said. Ain't no pussy for $40. Pussy cost $1,200. I need all you ladies to walk out of here for that too. I don't give a fuck. You know, if you had a C-section pussy is better.
Oh boy.
That's what I heard, because I had a baby natural, and 2 of my boyfriends was like, you don't feel the same. She don't feel the same. You know, that's what my friends said. They was like, bitch, I had a C-section. None of my boyfriends complained. I was like, you know, how I people downstairs, you know, it's Caesarean. I got my GED with honors. So, y'all had a C-section here? Anybody had a cesarean? Any of you ladies? No? All y'all natural pussy birth bitches? You had a C-section? So your coochie is still like 17. I'm gonna say 17. So I was like fucking at like 15. I was fucking at 15, sis. 17. Well, don't be ashamed. It's your boyfriend. So get my number after the show, cause I got a group of bitches. We don't be coming, bitch. We be out here. One of my boyfriends, a police officer. 4 months in, this no gonna tell me we go together. I said, oh no, the fuck you don't. He's like, but I fucked you well. I said, I fucked a few niggas wrong. I got a baby. Ain't we happy about not having HIV or HPV or any STD around this motherfucker? Bitch, be out here fucking wrong. Don't act like you don't. How many of y'all got kids? Make some noise if you really got kids, for real. Everybody in here be fucking wrong. I don't want to hear shit. You know, they be like, why are you afraid to say they out here fucking wrong? But that's cool. Because see, the secret to staying healthy and still having a sexual fantasy extraordinaire is to fuck an old nigga. You gotta make some noise if you 39 or better. I need 39 or better. Woo! Won't be fucking these niggas in here. I fuck with an old nigga. My oldest boyfriend is 62 years old. I love his old ass. He a super duper freak. Everybody here grown, and y'all in here religious because I'm finna say dick a lot. Is that okay? Your baby in here?
Say.
Penis?
Baby shark.
Oh, baby shark.
You know what that means? Yeah.
I don't think I ever look at baby shark the same. I the nephews around this motherfucker. I'll refrain from it. Once we clean it up. I fuck with an older dude. I like this older dude. You know, he take me out to eat. He carry me out in public. You know, and that shit is amazing to me because a lot of my boyfriends don't take me out. But his kids is mad at me. I heard we on 63rd. I just want to make sure. Is LaShawn in here? LaShawn ain't in here. Good. I'm not the reason your daddy went blind, baby. There was that gas station pill that we both were fucking read on. I just want to let y'all know before I leave. Don't fuck with them gas station pills. Get you some Cialis or something. That shit's better. It's FDA approved. You fuck with a gas station pill, nigga? Oh, don't you point at him like that? Yeah, she in control tonight. Thank y'all for having me, Lisa. Don't you ever put me on the spot like that again, bitch. You know what you said. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, listen. Since y'all got out y'all phones, y'all can follow me on any social media outlet. I am Funny Ass Tiara. Funny Ass is one word, _Tiara. If y'all know who corporate is in the city of Chicago, make some noise for my son. I play his mama. I ain't his real mom, but I play his mama on his web series. Black Chicago be like the series. I'm Funny Ass Tiara. Don't say it like that because I get real celebrity in this bitch. You don't see my profile out like this. Thank you. I also do videos where I do my Sack Fridays and New Math. I'm the creator of New Math. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my comedy page on Facebook, Funny Ass Tiara. Thanks for having me, mama. Beautiful, beautiful. Y'all give it up for the comedians, y'all. I thought it really was nice. She's so funny to me. Without cursing. Apparently that didn't work now. Tonight. But anyways, y'all get up here one more time, please. Y'all know y'all make open mic and say, yeah. Okay. I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for Tiana.
I'm sorry, I done started my poem way back there. I'm getting old. I can't walk and talk at the same time.
Shorty got better for.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Yeah. So I'm gonna do some new shit tonight. Is that all right?
That's all right.
All right. I wrote it. What's today? Saturday?
Yep.
Thursday.
Beautiful.
So if I fumble a little bit, you know, It is what it is, okay? Question. Do we know love? You know, apart from our traumas. When we met, did you fall in love with the pain in my eyes, or was it really my smile? I wonder, because I'm starting to question whether or not I'd love you if you weren't endangered. Whether or not my love would feel like a bulletproof vest if guns shot by white cops didn't have bullets and black men fetishes. If I would purpose to be your peace, if there wasn't a war waged against your melanin, if you weren't a prisoner in your own skin. You know, only a poet could make me question what we got going on here, but I'm starting to think that you love me because my scars make you forget about yours. It's crazy. I protect you from the shots you take on daily, but I can't seem to protect myself from the slugs that ricochet off the walls that I built to protect myself from you because you trigger me, but you don't even know it. But how could you when you're just being you? It's not your fault that you remind me of him. You didn't hurt me, except for when you do. Then it all feels the same. Your covering becomes controlling and suffocating, and I struggle being soft, trapped in a love that's so cold. I mean warm. I mean you love me hard, and I love you back harder. But what's a broken heart to a dying soul? These days is just too much, you know, the way we love. And I know you think that it's not enough, and that I want more, but the truth is I don't really know what I want. I got issues. And that makes my love all kinds of complicated and ain't got shit to do with you. But I do love you. Or at least I love you the best way I know how. But my truth is, I'm not sure I'd love you still if we both weren't so broken.
Y'all know I ain't going.
Do it.
The devil is a lie. Okay, so the whole purpose that we're here tonight is for our feature, you know. I know y'all don't know. A lot of y'all really don't know. When you do an open mic, you get a great feature to come and feature and spit their story. This brother, what can I say? What is the word that I'm looking for? He inspired me. Let me just say that. You know, you don't want to say that as a woman. He inspired me. No, I'm just kidding. But he inspires me. Because I see him pushing, I see him creating his own lane. So he inspired me to push and create my own lane. And I see him being his own boss, and I see myself that same way. And it's like, okay, well, you can push and you can do the same things. And when I need advice, I say, hey, bro, what you think about this and what you think about that? But he's a phenomenal poet. He's a phenomenal businessman. I've watched him do business. I've been to a couple of, I go to every one of the events. I'm not even going to lie about you. I'm not even going to lie about that. I go to every one of the events, and he's just a phenomenal dude, and what he represents is phenomenal to me because he speaks life. So, are you guys ready for the feature for tonight?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some more energy. Are you ready for the feature for tonight?
Let's go, Rick.
Life is a cycle.
Yes, it is.
We become what we've seen. See, niggas raise little niggas, but kings and queens raise kings and queens. People often complain about difficulty, and I can admit that times are hard. But also gotta say that some of these hardships are self-imposed when a brother won't stop smoking weed long enough to pass the drug screen and get a job.
Come on.
Come on, man.
The streets and its cause. Because he ignorant that the fact that the streets is the biggest beast of them all, he ended up trying to start with the big dogs when his feet is too small. But it's time we unlearn some of these mind states our situations have forced us to adapt to. Because we have to. Because there's no escaping that boomerang called karma, because whatever you put out is coming tenfold back at you. But this is what began to sin to many. They get addicted to the block. They feel like those ends is plenty. They'll realize counting those 10s and 20s gonna get them 10 to 20. And within men tend to be extra friendly. Who's to blame for these particular brothers' shortcomings?
Come on.
Especially when the brother who's supposed to teach that brother never really learned nothing. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? How you gonna lay a message when you're drawing a blank within your head? Since I know better, I'm obligated to teach. If there's no limit to the amount of people I'm gonna reach, my words will be filled with change and power like in Obama's speech. Because where I'm at, where I'm from, is the same place. I walk down the same blocks, I see the same face, but I'll never leave because I don't believe I gotta change my space in order to change my fate. I keep hearing about this change, so I'm awake with both feet planted on the west side. A place of horror stories, so outsiders be petrified. And you gotta cram daily for the test to survive. If you see a strange vehicle creeping up your set and it comes to a rest, I strongly suggest that you die. Because every day is a new journey, an obstacle. The struggle was constant, but survival was optional. So what some opt to do is sell a rock or two. Then get they work and wait up and take over a block or two, because actually there's nothing out there stopping you. Because depending on how hot you got the block, and if your money and clientele comes and flock, then cops become your partners too. And it's reinforced that snitching is something you should not do. I know that sounds like a lot to you, but I stand in it daily, and I won't run from it. I can never fear it because I come from it. See, before I found my calling, I actually called myself out on the blocks balling. I used to be one of those young guns who was running it. But if you want to change, you do something about it. That's about the sum of it. Because it's horrendous crimes that occur all the time. People turn their heads, pay no mind, acting like they don't see none of it, and quick to blame the government. But as people stop that. It's time we carry the weight of our own responsibilities, that we leave it all the pressure on Barack's back. And as parents, it starts with us. Are we really doing our best? Because it's way more than parents and working hard, making sure our kids stay fresh to death. Because we know our kids sit by and listen to Kanye. But do we ever teach them about Cornel West?
Come on.
Do they know about Martin Luther King? About his passion and his drive? I don't think so, because there's too much blunt passing and backpacking out south on King Drive. And every young sister wants to be a Nicki Minaj. And she don't quite get it right, it end up looking like an icky mirage.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on.
Then all my brothers want to follow idiots like Waka Flocka Flame. Why? Because he's hot, he got a lot of fame, but all I see is lots, but not a lot of brains. So they self-esteem end up being as slow as the sag in my man's pants. The only time a young sister use her brains is when she's giving brains, saying, "Look, ma, no hands."
No hands.
And then they don't listen to school unless it's sex ed. They block out the books and what their text said, because all they care is about their phone and what their text said. And then get excited about what's supposed to happen in week's end. But as a father, what I understand is, I don't give a damn what a cell phone plan is. I'm going to put a limit to it nights and weekends. Because this brain we hold over our kids is weak and thin. We're not teaching them right, so they straight left. Get them anything they ask for without making them earn this, so their appreciation becomes less and less. And yes, I got a problem with kids rocking all top main gear when their report card displaying straight F's.
That's it.
See, we got to learn to not spare the rod and show no regrets, or they'll end up in a chess match with life, and that's a game of death. See, it's a disaster where I'm at. Ain't no laughing where I'm at. It's hard to learn the words because this crackhead is where I'm at. And kids don't fit where I'm at. Yeah, it's a trip where I'm at. Ain't no old school values to your grandma before 36 where I'm at. There's a lot of pain and hurt where I'm at. We can still go from worst to first where I'm at. We just got to learn to let go and let God and pray that it all works where I'm at. See, because life is a cycle. We become what we've seen. Niggas raise little niggas. But kings and queens raise kings and queens. Come on. As an artist, one of the first things I like to push is transparency. It ain't always about how articulate you are, or how creative your bars are, or how deep the wordplay is. If you're not being true to what you're speaking, then you're just up here speaking for nothing. And we write to heal ourselves first, and we speak for the audience. So this piece, I got to get off my chest because it's something I'm personally dealing with right now. In this community, it is, of course, 70% women. And majority of the testimonies and the stories that we speak on be the stories of uplifting, of motherhood, of queens, of queendom, and how that's being ran in this particular fashion, and it's not enough stories uplifting the brothers. It's not enough for the testimonies telling the stories about where we come from and the things that we deal with. And at this particular junction, I just wanted to get this piece off my chest. Probably after this year, I'm probably going to retire this piece. I'm never going to do it again. But I need to get it off my chest right now.
Let's do this. Let's get this.
Mother is the term that should come second only to God in the eyes and hearts of men and children. Love, honor, compassion, respect should come along and stand in feelings, but love, or should I say the lack thereof, is the emotion that left this man standing, yet still shaking and reeling. Recognize the moment was hard, had to be as cold and as empty as abandoned buildings. So, Mama, what happened? Were you not born with those specific maternal instincts? Don't you know we're depending on you to be the bond to hold this family together, but we ended up being a group that disbanded like NSYNC? And you, as the leading rock star, literally. Copping rocks from dudes in my class, and the backlash you being the direct result of some of my most painful memories, like my 8th grade award ceremony. When I was one of 3 students to receive a certificate from the president, totally proud of what I had accomplished. So in celebration, I invited some of my best friends back to our residence. And we were in my room kicking it and shooting the breeze till it was time for them to leave because it was getting late. And I opened up my bedroom door to a shocker to you, holding one nostril with your face down into a plate and held this white substance into your face. I don't think you realize what your carelessness did to you. Or recognize how cruel kids can be. Because never mind the nightmares I had that night. How about there was a note on my desk the next day reading, "Ha ha, top your whole family hypes."
Wow.
And Mom, you know that ain't right. And because of that rambunctious display, I almost cried. But thanks to my daddy, even at 13, I was filled with pride. So, Mama, what happened? What about the time I was 12 years old? And my cousin's 27-year-old baby mama was having sex with me, so I came to you confused and crying. What you do? Looked me dead in my eyes, laughed at me, told me, "Boy, you lying." And then once she got busted molesting another one of my cousins that you paid attention to what it is that I had to say. By then, it was too late. It was 3.5 years later. I was 15 years old with a baby on the way. Even my relationships, Mom. Don't you know the love that I was missing from you? I was seeking from other women when I was meeting them. But since I didn't know how to recognize real love, I didn't know how to reciprocate real love. So in the end, I ended up mistreating them. What about time it was time for you to get your system clean because you was ready? Or so it appeared. We went through the whole rehab process, along with my prayers and my cheers, and against my better judgment and my fears. I let you come stay with me there. 2 weeks later, you and my rent money mysteriously disappeared. And I know it's against good Christian laws to have ill will in your heart towards someone that you are. And the good book says to always honor their mother and their father. But in my mind, these basic principles always seem to stand out. Because, Mama, you burned me one too many times. How many times must the man get his hand burned before he realized he can't stick his hand out? Your actions affect me now, Mom, after 30 plus years. I will be at these sets, hear these boys tell the stories about them and their super moms, and they make me jealous of my poetry peers. I would hear things like, "Yeah, my mama did," or "my mama does," or "my mama is," or "my mama was." And the harsh reality is the more I try to love my mama, the harder my mama's actions shoved. You should never want your child to live through some of the things that I've lived through. And the hardest thing is you don't even seem to be sorry, because if you did, then maybe I could forgive you. But Daddy, my daddy, always did the right things. After he went through his trial, tribulation, and his man test, he taught me how to cook, clean, wash, sew, have integrity. He said the only thing I had to depend on a woman for was sex. But if you're ready to get your act together, I'll still open my arms and welcome you back gladly. But if you continue to hurt me, your grandkids, and yourself, I'm going to keep celebrating Mother's Day with my daddy. Mom, what happened? Thank you. Real quick, just a reminder, I am hood raised. I'm born and raised West Side. Always, I take that everywhere I go. But I've traveled throughout this nation. I've won dozens of awards. I'm a full-fledged spoken word educator now, and I have classes classes, anybody that's looking to enhance their skill set. Besides the fact of being a host, besides the fact of being an educator, this art form has, as you can see, it got me through some of the toughest times of my life. I'm proud to say that my daughters also perform. So like this art is more than just words. I mean, some of us live it. So we appreciate the fact that y'all come out, support these events, because we continue to need y'all to make these things happen. If anything that you heard you like, I have a book that I'm proud to say I just reached the milestone, 1,000 copies sold of self. And I also have CDs available for anybody if you like anything that you heard. End on a positive note. I confess. Lady, your finesse is doing something to my psyche. And I'm attracted to beautiful minds, so I appreciate the fact that your pen game is mighty. Don't take my words lightly, because the texture in your flesh is like my favorite flavor of cake icing, and then screaming out, hood, bite me. With a phenomenal feminine physique that had to be sculpted by the goddess of love herself, Aphrodite, for both inner and outward beauty. You had to be the perfect ending in many men's fairy tales. I myself have longed for the moment where our bodies will become connected yet lying parallel as we gravitate to the point of physical climax or true bliss, whichever is defined first. But I'm speaking of terms of sensuality, not sexuality, because as a man, I realize I got to make love to your mind first. These feelings, I confess, are so complex they can't be expressed in a simplistic rhyme verse, because I desire you. But it'll be ungeneralized to express out loud some of the things that I desire to do. Like use the tip of my tongue to find that sweet spot and extinguish some of that fire in you. See, but this ain't just pillow talk. Because she's both eye candy and spirit food, so she's my full-course meal. I said she's both eye candy and spirit food, so she's my full-course meal. She's kind and beyond shady, a special kind of lady with all sorts of appeal, but still she sends me through ups and downs like obstacle courses. So of course, I can only give you the good portions of how I truly feel. Both feet planted in reality. Mind deep rooted in spirituality. So she's an aspen that stands out in the forest. Been known to stand steadfast in my corner, even when my decisions are porous. In fact, when it comes to bad judgment, I'm notorious. So she's both Faith Evans and Look Him. The way she easily transitions from being my little lady happy homemaker type to being my not so sudden freaky best friend. With a simplistic sense of sexuality, so she'll just get in the mood and give me that little grin. And I begin to envision potential physical scenarios, and my patience starts to run a little thinner than a waistline. I'm not known as a dude who wastes time, so I get eager to get deep into the melody of her soul like a bass line. And every time she kisses me, I get tipsy like I taste wine. She's always standing with me instead of against me, like she knows it's our fate to shine. All that plus her face is fine. It'd be hard for any typical chick to top that. But this is a real woman supporting me in my manhood like a jockstrap. Like she knows she's designed to hold me in my place. In fact, she's the reason we no longer speed, we just moving along at a steady pace, kind of like a speed bump. Made sure that before we ever connected, we had a contract wrote up that was the opposite of a prenup, so if we ever separated, we both take something from the relationship. Not the fact that it takes you from heaven to hell to pleasure town and back. When you get back, you feel like it was a wasted trip. No, that's not the case in this. See, because I got faith and miss, because her kisses rain over me like April days in Chicago. And her daily motivation is inspiration behind how hard I go. And I love how she spends all of her time representing me and none of her time resenting me. How easily she tells Superman to exit the building because she loves the Clark Kent in me. Yeah! And I'm a star, and she's a star, and together we get this sparkle on. And I ain't ashamed to say I'm just that far gone. Thinking about it right now, give me a hard on. But she does way more than make my nature rise. We go together like holidays and sweet potato pies. And my favorite flavor to taste is the space between her thighs. And much to my pleasure and my surprise, everything about her makes my mouth water. If you think this is strictly physical, then you're way out of order. Because while every woman claims to be a dime, she's 2.5 times the woman that they'll ever be. So I guess that makes her my quarter. Yeah! I've been thinking of the perfect name to call her. Right now, I would just call her my special lady. Thank you. quick, again, I host an open mic every first Sunday of the month, 6624 West North Avenue. It's called At Ease Sundays. This is for new artists who want to come and polish their craft, get better. It's artists that work with you, be better, help you be better at the craft. And also, we have a grown and sexy night out called Intimate Night Out. That's for the more adult poetry, some of the grown folks, comedy, dancing, a little bit more of the risque side. If you're into that, we're 5835 West Madison. The next one is coming up this Friday, December 20th. Tickets are $15, but it comes with a glass of sangria, so you get to come enjoy a grown night out in a grown folks environment. Thank you.
Y'all gotta be better than that.
He forget all the SHIT he got going on. He's also the young lady that came up here, Tiana Riel, and also Hood Raise. They have a fundraiser going on. It's for people that want to know their status. The rates of people not knowing their status, their HIV status, right now is through the roof in our community. Okay, so her sister passed from complications of the disease AIDS. Her sister passed from complications from the disease AIDS, and we are doing an event called Winterland and Red Lips. We're gonna have a free lip service for the ladies, okay? And the tickets are $25. You will have free testing, free HIV testing there. It will be food, partying, dancing, and we're going to have a celebrity DJ. So you guys come out. If you want to know anything about it, you guys ask Fallon, because we're about to leave. We'll take another event. But you guys ask Fallon about it, and yeah, that's it. All right, thank you.
Listening.
Yeah.
That's bad nachos. So I paid a lot of money for them nachos. Are you ready for your next open mic? Say yeah. Okay. I need everybody to give a great big round of applause. This is my brother. This is my brother in the Lord. Like, we was just hanging out. It was just me and the bros like about a week ago. It was just me and the bros. We was hanging out. We was talking about the Lord. We was talking about our kids. We was talking about our struggles. You know, you really need stuff like that. And it's time and age, honestly, for real, where you need to release. And I was able to release before them, and they was able to release before me. But I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for my brother, Chance Mike.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all looking good. Give it up for Fallon for doing this open mic once tonight. So I've been in the hospital for 7 days, straight. I'm out now. I'm doing better, a lot better. Rehabbing my own self, and I'm going strong, and I'm back up at this mic, and then ain't nothing gonna ever stop me.
Let's go.
It's in love. No, it's no love there. It's no love there. Is it love? No, it's no love there. It's no love there. No white image that's drawn from a picture. No words that falsely interprets God's scriptures. No false prophet. No slavery from evil man. No mind still stuck in bondage. It's no love there. No rejection or hurt from my past. No love for material and cash over my soul. The river everlast. No one that's born who disrespects and trolls the throne. No aliens, no drones, UFOs or man-made clones. No today Pharisees that keep throwing their stones. No church folk only go from traditions and fashion shows. Money hungry, acting funny just a front cuz. It's no love there. No lies from her soul that lives with old unforgiveness, abuse untold. Going on and on with no changes, just the same demeanor and tone. No one should go without shoes and clothes without a home and those roads that freezing in the cold. Our government, it's no love there. No one should be alone left confused. This my field, one of my folks. No trust from love. Is this the husband? a sheet. It's business left unfinished. I'm trembling. All you left to remember is that wait, that dark place, a long winter of storms and blizzards, the disasters, the disappearance of innocent, the young dependents. Well, let's bring what gave you the most hurt. A Klansman, a missing dad's hand, or maybe the church. Meanwhile, it's another Amber Alert. It's no love there, just monsters. No mothers, no fathers, just an orphan, left on find their way. You're afraid to leave up, torn with bruises on your face. No self-esteem, no growth, same corner, same hood and block, same vision. You see no way to escape. No role models, no real G's to follow. It's just phonies and fakes. Envy, jealousy, and hate. It's just like back in Abel and Cain's day. Another case, no mercy, no grace, cause it's no love there. No one to care, no more passion. You see it left when you decided to take Christ's place. It was your decisions, your choices. I guess freedom is doing it your way. No revelations, no songs, no hymns, just poems, just trap and drill, anger and aggression, cursing and obsession, words of killing me finish. I got to hurt you. A spirit time possessed with no confession within, cause it's no love there. Just criticizing and judge no ones is doing well, trying to do better doing something. Another wrong rage, now they arguing and fussing, leaving the gun, busting head, couple of fast reaction. When something, do you really love yourself? No, it's no love there. He Muslim, she Buddhist, they Christian. So let's pick a way fun level. Go stupid and ignorant. But how you living? They say it's religion. It separates us. But if it's about race, that's still hate. That's instilled in us. On my own skin, hell, I know it's been rough. You see, it's made me tough. But in this flesh, it's a daily test. And I'm realizing it's no love there. Marvin said it best. I guess it will be no peace until we all rest. Or will we all be able to rest? Just something to think about. Because I can't judge where you go after death. But wherever I go, I just hope and pray that it's love there. Because no, I don't want to go where it's no love there. They say hell is not fair. But in this life, with no regards for another human life, something in them choose to not care. Many killers, those that take our little children, refuse to heal and ask for salvation and healing. A different way to live right.
Come on.
A heart that we compare. Ask yourself, is it love? Or is it love?
Yeah.
Hey, peace and love, y'all. Just like.
Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping.
You see, you have to
Right there.
inspirational. And
That's what I call
also
magic right there.
About anything, so, you know, give you pointers and tips if you want to do poetry or anything like that.
Magic right there.
It's always good to have an outlet. Like, I'm going to be honest, this is my transparent moment. I never really had an outlet, so when I found spoken word, I found my outlet. So I thank the Lord, Jesus Christ, because of the outlet that I found. And then he also connected me to friends, like people I can speak with and talk to about how I'm feeling, or do you feel like this? Because we all want to know, like, do you feel like this, or do you think this, or are you, I just did that to you yesterday. I'm like, sister, do you feel like this, or do you think this? But it's always a great thing to have somebody that you can really, really talk to and express yourself, your real self. Are you ready for the next open mic? Say yeah. I think that's my theme right there. Say yeah. That's pretty good. Okay, great. All right. I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for our
Because you talking about your king and your zirconia ring and your Greek fraternity is your king. See, Christ is mine. See, I know you're fine telling me you will pay my student loans and I don't have to pay you back a dime. But I know you really want my soy sauce. See, my soy sauce ain't for sale. Don't talk to it all that M-S-G you trying to give me and focus on Christ until eternity. But God, help me keep my soy sauce on right there. So I met you in church and you was telling me everything I wanted to hear. See, your mind is beautiful and you know I love beautiful people and you love your Bible and your ministry. I adore the eyes, and in love with your spirit? Or is it in lust with your spirit? Convincing myself I can be deeply in life with your spirit because I can sense when you come around. As I ask God to keep my soul
Sauce on lockdown.
So you asked me to the movies and I thought that was cool, so I invited some friends for accountability and you invited yours too. But when I was on my way home and you was on your way to your loft, I was thinking like, man, I want to give you my soy sauce because I like your fried rice, egg roll, and chop suey. But then I realized that my king is Christ and he reigns in my life.
Let's go.
See, I don't want to
Come on, take your life.
for demons to take a vacation in my dwelling. See, I don't want to be bound.
Fire it
As
up.
I ask God to.
Keep my
Soy sauce.
Well, at least until I get married, as I steady focus on God's word and worship and cast out every thought and imagination against the knowledge of God and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, no matter how much I'm attracted to his fried rice. And if that peas
And congratulations to Dallas at our first open mic. We're excited. Open mic. She's bringing a comedy, she's bringing a comedy, bringing a spirituality. I brought you many blessings, many blessings. Amen. All right.
Y'all give it another round of applause. Y'all think y'all next to it? Now, I gotta speak about this brother because, like, for real. This brother is the most supporting, one of the most supporting brothers on the scene. He's very genuine. You don't meet a lot of genuine people when you dealing with poetry. I'm gonna be honest with you. It may look one way, but it does not mean that it is. But you don't meet a lot of genuine people that genuinely love you, that genuinely support you. So I need everybody to stand up, get off your feet, and give a great big round of applause for my brother.
Brother is most definitely good. Live at
Brother O in the building.
we might live at the Fleetwood Tea on the south side. How y'all doing? It's good to be back. Good to be back in front of y'all. I've been away for a couple of months and been dealing with some health issues. It's like this year, I feel like the care to Job. He endured a great test, and then at the end of that great test, he got great blessings.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say this: even though I'm going through some things right now, I'm gonna get double to my trophy
Yes.
in 2020.
Yes.
Because what I went through this year was all a setup. It's all a setup for me to be great. Well, I'm going to, in the spirit of the holidays, I had to spit this poem. It's based on some of my experience, and this is my version of Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year called Having Drama in You Free Holiday Season. Christmas, Kwanzaa, and the New Year are almost here. This is supposed to be a season of peace, love, joy, and tranquility. And 'tis the season to be jolly. And this is the time for families to come together and celebrate the holidays. In the majority of families, everybody is tight and close-knit. They love and appreciate one another, and they get along very well. It gets the holiday spirit, the joy, and the peaceful atmosphere. Always gossip at every family gathering. They talk loud and make fools out of themselves, bringing up petty issues that occurred years ago. Because they don't have the maturity to let that stuff go. Complaining, crying, having pity parties, and everybody for their problems, circumstances, and poor choices in life. Yet, they expect everybody to feel sorry for when my house ruining my party. They sing and drink up everything. this plain green and the source of all of our, they ain't got nothing better to do except smoke weed, get drunk, and get over here at my house acting like clowns. And arguing over dumb this fight from escalating to a stabbing and shooting. You got grown men and women acting like little children because of jealousy, ignorance, and stupidity. You know what? These niggas ain't gotta go home, but y'all need to get the hell out of my house with that mess.
Come on, man.
Let's go, bro.
Because y'all tap dancing on my last nerves. And I'm on the verge of going postal. I'm officially cutting each and every last one to loose. And they are no longer welcome over here. They can go and celebrate the holidays by themselves from now on. Or get together and cause each other misery. My dear brothers and sisters, if you are sick and tired of dealing with drama causing evils in your families and your crazy friends during the holidays, here's some advice from Brother O. I know you love your family dearly. And I know you love your friends dearly too. But you have to deal with reality. You have to love some of your family members and friends from a great distance. And deal with them with a long wooden spoon. Or cut the noose when you say or do something stupid.
Sometimes you just gotta be
that
over
you
there.
regret later on down the road before you end up in the hospital or end up in jail. They ain't worth your time nor your stress. You had the right to enjoy the holidays without any drama and celebrate with people who know how to act like adults. Let peace, love, law, and order rule in the body of your house, and don't let those Negroes set foot in your door. For the sake of your health and your sanity, when you come to the front porch and knock on your door, tell them, don't you come back over here to my house unless you come correct. And kindly shut the door in their face.
That's
and
right.
the Lord watch over them while you are absent from their presence.
Come on.
Real talk.
Come on, bro. Say that, bro.
Brother O wishes all of you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Kwanzaa, a Happy Hanukkah, and a blessed and healthy and prosperous New Year. And may all of you in this room have a drama and evil-free holiday season. May peace, love, joy, happiness, and prosperity follow you wherever you go. And may God bless you and your families always. God bless you.
Everybody keep clapping this time, brother. Y'all give me like, come on, y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Y'all can clap, clap, throw the keys, whatever you want to do. I just want y'all know this is a judgment-free zone, and you can be yourself. You can talk, you can speak. Just say, hey, I like what you're saying. You can do whatever you want, okay? That's the great part. Let me snap the picture. He never take good pictures of me, ever. Every time he take a picture, I be like, really? Oh, I don't look like that. No. Them selfies be better. But anyways, y'all ready for y'all next open mic? Say yeah. Yeah. Ooh, y'all coming along. That's great. That's awesome. I need everybody. Okay, so let's do it, right? I met when I joined a group called Poet. There we go. I met him when I joined a group called Poet, and he has been nothing but inspirational, inspiring, and his poetry is very elevating. It makes you want to go higher, and I appreciate that because everybody wants to go higher in life. Like for real, I want to go higher. I don't want to just ever always be at the same level or be in the same momentum. So I need everybody to give a great big round of applause for my brother in Christ, my brother in life. I'm sorry, not momentum. The Endurer.
What's up, Chicago? Y'all say same old stuff. What's up, Chicago? Same old stuff. Don't say that other word, all right? Same old stuff. What's up, Chicago? Same old stuff. Now, I don't know if it was Mo in them or Fo in them that saw him on the corner hanging out with Joe and them, but they rolled down that window and put Fo in him, left 4 holes in him, and it's advice
Same old stuff.
This be hood story. We losing every day. Hit the street preaching, but they don't want to be saved. Move on, preacher man. You interrupted my spot. Punches me in the face. Put his hand on his Glock. Arm around his queen, but he calls her a thought. Jointing his mouth, but this dude say, get the heck off my block. And I move quick, because I'm saved, but my skin ain't thick. See, I love these brothers, but these G's make me sick. What's up, Chicago? And the Lord looked down and said, hold up, kid. You've been saved for 10 years, and I recall all the dirt you did, all the lives you hurt. Yep, you was married, but you loved to flirt. Engaged, but chasing after them skirts. And you was three-way slick. You was supposed to be celibate, but in 3 years, you had 3 different babies by 3 different chicks. And I called you from darkness to light, to represent the Christ, to deliver my sons on the street from their sin plight. So I expect you to be out doing the same thing every night. What's up, Chicago?
Same old stuff.
Man, this be church story. We perfect, but we ain't perfect, but we trying. To speak the truth of your word, God, without lying. To be consistent in season and out of season. When people are living and when people are dying. So I fly high without smoking loud. For Jesus, for you, I'm proud and I'm always loud. For you can get the credit and all the glory, Lord. So you take the bow. Hey, what's up, Chicago?
Same old stuff.
And this be our story, our city. It's holy and gritty. It's dumb and sometimes it's witty. It's beautiful and sometimes it's, I told you don't say that word. But I know what's up, Chicago. We tired and we relax. We grateful for a place to live, but we tired of being overtaxed. We grateful for a job, but tired of being underpaid. We grateful for relationships, but we tired of being played. Hopeful for our dreams, but broken when they're not supported. We glad to share our opinions, but we hate when our views are distorted. We love to see our babies, but we hate when they are aborted. We want to know when our sons are murdered, but we hate how it's reported. What's up, Chicago?
Same old stuff.
So we feed our energy, everybody keep clapping out there for the endure.
He's inspirational, ain't he? That was very inspirational, and it was very true. It was realistic. It's what's going on in our city today. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But y'all ready for the next open micer? Say yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm bringing some queen energy to the stage. You know, we always need some queen energy, and this queen. So let me share how I met her. Right. I'm at church, and the church called a poet in. And I'm a poet. No, I'm just kidding. I was mad. No, I'm just kidding. The church, they did. I saw you, I'm like, wow. The church gonna do this? No, I'm just kidding. But the church called a poet in, and it was this queen, and I was astonished. She's amazing. I'm like, wow. That's awesome, but I perform too. Don't discredit me now. I need everybody to give it up for Monique Lachey.
Yes, and actually, what Fallon was talking about, they, I'm a minister as well, and so they reached out to me to preach, and no. They reached out to me for spoken word. That's what it was. And I'm like, okay, I'll come, but then they had me on program for an hour. So I called them like, it doesn't really go like that. Like, I'm not going to be doing the phone for an hour. And so they were like, no, you're bringing the word. And I'm like, oh. So it was amazing. I actually connected the spoken word with the word of God and did a whole sermon full of spoken word. So it was amazing. Wonderful opportunity. Pleasure. If we could clap it up for Fallon. I'm going to do a little something about Christmas, but the whole reason Jesus was born was for him to die, so we're going to talk a little bit about his death as well. But today I was listening to this song, if you all don't mind, I just want to sing a little bit of it. I was watching something, I don't know what I was watching, and one of them shows, music shows, and the song came on. You know them songs that you like instantly fall in love with? So I was like, oh, so I tried to remember it, so we'll see how much I remember. And then we'll go into this piece. I'm sorry. I will fight. I will fight for you. Matter of fact, I need the I will fight. Oh, if you cannot record, so sorry. Please don't record. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay. I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side. We'll always do. I reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to interlock. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. I had a song go there. King, there in the beginning was before the sun was shining, the sun was winning. Waiting for the perfect time to hit the earth, he was birthed. From a virgin girl whose worth was so valued that Joseph hadn't even touched her. In her is that which was conceived of the Holy Ghost. So Joseph couldn't brag and boast. He had to do the most to hide her and stand his post. So the Lord of hosts sent an angel to his dreams. And I know this may seem a little interesting, but this being she was carrying would save the world from sin. So they had to hide Jesus from Herod the king because he was trying to kill off this being. But remember this one thing. His purpose was so great that he had no end. And even when he died, he rose again to transform my life so I could be born again because I was lost in sin, sinking in sand. It was none but the Father's love that came and took me in, graced with the grace no man could understand, how a man could lay down his life for a friend. So undeserving, yet he still loves me. In spite of my flaws and failures, he still shows me that you are mine and you are chosen. Out of millions, I do here. Because when I hear your cry, I'll lend you my ear. I'll never leave or forsake you. These trials can't overtake you. But I had to let you go through it to get my glory on you, to get my glory out of you. So is there greater love than this that you can see? A love that is selfless indeed, giving his life so we could breathe, fulfilling purpose so we could be, bearing the cross to set us free. So in this season, remember that mercy. Thank you all.
Y'all keep clapping, that was amazing. Give it up. Give it up for my that was nothing short of amazing. That was actually it was really amazing and heartfelt and touched me. So, are you ready for your next open micer? My energy, I need y'all to do better. Are you ready for your next open micer? Say yeah. Okay, so this is my brother, right? This dude, this is my brother, right? I be going to all his shows and stuff.